All righty. You know what time it is, man. Arthur Moats and the homie Tyler Candelaria in the building. And he made his live appearance this week as well, man. Shout out to the homie moving up in the world, man. Shout out, man. But do gotta ask you, man, how is it with you, man? Everything good now that you've, dropped in on a live and dealt with the sharks that are over there?
Everything's good. I went back to after and I was like scrolling through the chat. I'm like, I got you know what? It looked like other than when I said potentially I'd want Jettas over our guys, everything seemed
Yeah.
positive outside of that. But come on, I mean, guys, let's be honest.
Come
Jay
on
Jettas,
now.
come
It
on.
is it's you know what that is. It's Mr. Gritty. Come on, man. Come on
Yeah,
now.
like I hate to say it. I hate to say this, Steelers fans, but I think I would trade DK and Pickens. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
Justin Jefferson, man. Hey,
Yeah.
look, you don't need to apologize, all right? It's Justin Jefferson for a reason. We know how we feel about that, man. So
Hmm.
all good, all good. But I am glad that we actually do have at least a valuable tandem that we could throw out there and say, hey, man,
Of
if it is
course.
DK and GP, we like them over
Those are
Justin and Jordan
Yeah,
Addison. Like we still
those are
feel high in, man.
exactly. Those are two top 10 to 15 receivers, like
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with that. You're just comparing it to the one or two guy. That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
like the guy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
without a doubt, man. But I did got to get your thoughts on this though, man. NFL obviously getting active during their owners meetings, and we did get some rules officially changed, but we also have some bigger rules that have been tabled until May,
Hmm.
where they'll reconvene and vote on these issues again. So I had to just get your thoughts on the elephant in the room. Obviously, we know the tush push has been polarizing these past couple of seasons, the success rate of it. You obviously look at, the Eagles and how much they run it, but then we've seen Buffalo and I believe the Ravens also adopt a variation
Hmm.
of it as well. 16 teams voted against this, voted for the ban to happen. Ultimately, they tabled it, and I believe they need 20 to 24 votes
That's what it is.
positive
20.
in
Okay.
order for the bill to pass. So as we stand right now, tush push tabled until May, but 16 teams came out
Yeah.
and were against it. Man, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised because obviously they talk about, we preach player safety, so I'm not surprised, but I'm not surprised like that many teams are, but like 16, that's half the
That's
league.
half the league,
That's
man.
crazy. That makes me think that it could be gone if it's already half the league. I don't know exactly how the process works. Again, they'll just pick it up again in May and just
Yeah,
do
so
another vote
basically,
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the way that they do it is like, they'll obviously
Hmm.
propose the ban prior to the
Yep.
NFL owners meeting that's currently taking place down in Florida.
Yep.
They have an initial vote. For some votes, they get passed. And for example, automated first down markers, right? Where now it's going to
Hmm.
be
Yep. Yep.
digital computer is going to basically say
Great.
first down or
Great
not.
play.
That's
Yeah.
been passed, right? So no more
Yep.
revote. We will see that in action as soon as the season starts.
And same with
But
the 35-yard line
correct.
as
Same with
well.
the
Yeah.
touchbacks of being 35-yard line versus the 30. Those are already approved. But for anything that was either tabled, you get to vote again in May. Now, certain things were voted down, and that
Hmm.
was, I think it was the Lions. They were trying to remove the automatic first down for defensive holding or illegal contact, because
Hmm.
obviously we talk
Hmm.
about it being third and 25 and the
Right.
dude gets, some illegal
Yeah.
contact 5 yards
Yep.
and it's like, hey,
Automatic.
bro, that's a first down. Like, this is crazy. But that got voted down, so they don't get to promote that or talk about that again come May. So as it stands right now, the tush push and the NFL playoff seeding, getting away with division
Yeah.
champions,
Hmm.
mandatory home playoff game. Those were the two that got tabled until May.
Yeah.
So when you talk about two polarizing things, I mean, we know tush push is major, but we also know the playoff seeding is major too. So we'll get to the playoff seeding in a little bit. But
Yeah.
in terms of the
With
tush push, it's not like we see everybody run it,
Right. Right.
and we don't have a lot of data that supports injuries on the play. It's not like we're looking at a kickoff play, right? It's
Hmm.
not like we're talking about a crackback block or a blindside hit or anything like that. It's just literally they're, doing this pushing technique, and my
Hmm.
big bodies are moving your big bodies about the way.
And let's be honest too. Philly's the only one who runs it correctly. I know
Yeah.
you watch a lot of Bills. Oh, man, I
It
want
veers
like
to the left. I'm like, why do you
yeah
keep veering to the
that
left, man?
and Philly's got all the big guys behind Hurts. They got like like a running back like
Yeah, yeah,
behind. I know
yeah.
Josh is massive, pause,
It's
but
times where Josh doesn't even have
but
anybody pushing him. He'll just sit or
yeah,
sneak it and go to the left, man, or QB sneak to the left. And you're like, that's not the full tush push that we looking for.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So the thing is, I'm totally. It's frustrating when you're going against it because
yeah.
it's almost unstoppable. It's the Phillies is
It's
almost
like
unstoppable.
99% success rate for Philadelphia and what 97% success rate for the
Yeah,
Bills. Yeah,
but yeah. Listen, I don't. I would want to just. I don't think there's a reason to take it away. I think teams are just mad they can't do it right. But it is surprising to me that half the league already said they'd want it gone. But
yeah,
I mean, me personally, I don't have too big of an issue with it. I know what they're mostly worried because you got like hundreds of pounds behind,
yeah.
pushing like because you think about it too. It's almost like, and I think you probably talked about this too. It's almost
Mhm.
like when a lineman picks up a running back or like
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
pushing forward, where it's like, what is the
Hmm.
defense like? They're just like it's hard to what are they supposed to do?
Well,
So
and
I
the
get,
thing that,
yeah,
and that's real. And well, I ain't mean to cut you off, but what I will
no,
say is this is
yeah,
to piggyback
yeah,
on that, man. The player health and safety part for me does get a little bit more, to the forefront when we start talking about those type of scrums, the rugby style plays where the running back gets picked up, offensive lineman pushing them, or even in this tush push situation. Because as a defender, man, we are wired differently. I'm not wired to accept that I can't stop this. I'm wired to continue to find ways to turn you back or to discourage you from even thinking it. And we saw the
mm-hmm,
first real step, and that was Frankie Louvu. Him jumping over that multiple times,
mm-hmm,
basically saying, man, if you run this, I'm going to hit you in your face. The NFL does not like that.
yeah,
That's a message being sent. And then to the point where on the NFL championship stage, the referee has to say, hey, if you continue to do this, we will award this team a first down. Now you're getting into the integrity of the game. So that part, player health and safety, yeah, because the next step is, okay, well, if you're going to allow running back to push quarterback, can we allow linebacker to push D lineman? Because
right,
that's once
right,
again how I'm starting to think. And I'm
yeah,
like, I can
yeah.
assure you, if I'm pushing Cam Hayward, we are going to push your
Yeah,
guy back.
yeah,
Okay. But
exactly.
if Cam Hayward has to stand on his own versus center, guard, quarterback, and running back pushing quarterback, yeah, it's a little bit lopsided right there. So I think
Hmm.
of that. But then I also think of, man, just at what point does that D lineman, does that linebacker say, when they go to fire out, I'm shooting these?
Hmm.
Because once again, this is just how our minds work. Will it be viewed as dirty at times? Sure. No different than if I hit you in your head coming across the middle, it's a 15-yard penalty. But we get upset with the guy that blows the guy's knee out coming across the middle of the field, right? Oh, he's a dirty player. He's a dirty
Hmm.
player. And it's like, well, he just saved himself 50 grand.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm torn. But it does seem like weak sauce a little bit though to just
Hmm.
ban it without being able to
Right.
stop it. Like, what is
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I think it's like that many teams have already thought about it. I personally, I'm fine with the play. Not that many teams really run it. I mean, Philly is
Yeah.
just unstoppable with it.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder how much that would change Jalen Hurts' game just one play. Um,
Honestly, it changes a lot because the way
yeah.
they operate as a defender, you're playing 4 downs every possession. That's
Hmm.
way different than your traditional 3 down football. So the amount of additional snaps that you play in a game against Philly, we saw it firsthand. Now, granted, they didn't have to do tush pushing a lot,
Right.
but I mean, shoot, how long did they have the ball in that second half when we played them?
Yeah.
Right?
The whole time.
You playing
Yeah.
way too many
Yeah.
snaps, man. And that's the same thing that Buffalo does at times as well when they're able to
Yep.
extend the drive. Those fourth downs, those possession downs, those get off the field downs, it changes how you even schematically prepare for a Eagles team. You treating first down like it's second down. You're treating second down like it's third down. You know what I mean? And so forth,
Hmm.
just because they're still going to be trying to go. So you can't even have it close. It can't be 4th and 2 or less. You have to have those
Right.
guys 3 yards or further to even, keep them from even thinking about it. And I'm sure it's got to be to an extent with them where they might be saying to themselves, if worst comes to worst, we could run this play 3 times in a row and we're going to find a
Hmm.
way to get a first down.
Right.
And
They'll
I
do
don't
it.
think the
They'll do it
NFL
with
wants that, right?
Yeah, they'll do that within. They'll be like 4th and 3, and like the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles can convert that, which is
Yeah.
just wild to me. But you know what? I know they're still thinking about more of the player safety, but until somebody can, if we can stop it,
Yeah.
and we'll see. I don't know. I think it should stay, but it's
Yeah.
crazy. The defenders are just like, that's why the league is
It's
moving
nuts, right?
so
It's
all
nuts.
towards offense. I mean, there's nothing like what you said.
Everything is for the offense right now, man.
What you said
Everything.
about the Lions. Like,
Yeah.
listen, when we're playing offense and it's 3rd and 20 and we get a 5-yard holding first down,
Oh,
I'm
I
so
hate it.
happy.
Oh my
But when you're on
gosh.
defense,
I
yeah.
hate it. Yeah.
But when we're playing defense, I'm yelling at the TV. When we're playing
Yep.
offense, I'm like, thank you.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
like, but a defender, you being a defender, yeah, that's probably just
Yeah.
you're just about to get off the field, and it's a little bold. Like,
You're just like, did y'all really just do that on that down? Now I got to go play another 4, at least another 4. Oh man. Yeah, that hurts for real, man. That's real life right there. So we will see though, like I said, man, they did table it. So we will see come May what that looks like. But the other big one, like I talked about, was the playoff seeding as well, man. We saw, another example of that this year when the Minnesota Vikings, right, had to go on the road to play the Rams. And this is a team that, outside of them being in the NFC North, would have had one of the best records in all of football. But due to the division standings and just how we have, put an emphasis on the division, they had to travel. So we've seen now that has been petitioned against, and ultimately they're trying to maybe get rid of the seeding element or the division champs getting an automatic home playoff game. And got to see how you feel about that one, because that's a little different. It's a little different.
Now that one I'm good with. I heard they asked Tomlin about it, and he's like, well, he's more old school. Like, if you win the division, you should get the home game. But I'm going to disagree with Coach T there, because when you get a situation like that, obviously, I mean, that they won 14 games, yeah, 14 games. So you're going you're going on the road against a team you won 4. I think they won 10-7. So I think 4 more games than them. It was a little different it happens in the AFC all the time. Usually with whoever wins the AFC South.
AFC South, yeah. I mean, we even saw that with Seattle back with the Beast. Remember the Beastquake?
Yeah,
same prime example.
What, 7-9 or something like that? Yeah. So I'm with the belief, like, if it was the Steelers and they went 9-8 or 10-7 and somehow won their division, like, it's frustrating. But you know what? Like, you were in a super weak division. If you won your division like that, it was a super weak division. So I'm open with changing that, because I think, I mean, you win 14 games. I mean, and you have to go on the road like that. There's not much you can do. Like, they lost. Yes, they could have beat the Lions at the end, got the home game. But guess. No, they could have.
It's nothing they can do. What you mean? They can just win the division, Tyler. What you saying, man?
All right, but when the other team is 15-2, I mean, there's no other. Like, come on. I mean, yes, they could have won that game, I guess.
So I will say this: I definitely get your sentiment on it, man, 1,000%. Because we're saying, hey, you got 14 games, but you got to get 15 this time, and I do understand that is. To me, I look at that still as like the outlier scenario. I think, I mean, granted, this has shifted now to an extent, but I mean, we've seen divisions that get 3 teams going into the postseason. You could legit have 4 teams, all 4 from that same division going to the playoffs. To me, I'm just kind of like, man, we're if we get rid of the automatic home game, what is the purpose of continuing with the division structure as it currently is? I don't have an issue if we change it, but I'm like, if we're going to change it. Why am I playing the Ravens twice a year if we don't get no hat and t-shirt and I don't get no home playoff game for winning this?
True.
Why am I playing Cincinnati twice a year? In fact, let's treat it almost like college, to the extent of, can we just spice it up and y'all just, have us East Coast, West Coast games or whatever, however we need to switch it up. And you could create new rivalries out of that. Yeah. But to me, I'm just like, I don't see the purpose in playing these teams twice a year if we're not going to get the legit, division championship and that gets you the home playoff game. To me, I just don't think it has the same level of significance. It's no different than when we play the Chiefs in the regular season, we play the Niners in the regular season. It's cool that you won, but it's like, it doesn't hit the same, because we know winning the division is going to ultimately get you that home playoff game. So that's why I kind of land with it. I'm like, I'm cool either way, but I don't want to be halfway. I don't want it to still be, division now. And now you're going to give us hat and t-shirts for winning the division, but it doesn't even guarantee a home playoff game. Man, you might as well save that, baby. I'm good on that, man. That's like winning a wild card game. Hey, what did you really accomplish? You still a couple other ones before you
I
get to the
hear
real thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah. I hear the perspective. There's definitely, yeah, like you're right in the sense that Viking scenario was kind of doesn't happen
I
that
mean,
much where
it's
they
crazy
win.
to have a 15 and 14 win team
Yeah, right.
in the
That's
same division. You're like, bro,
yeah.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I mean, because I think the last 2 years the Texans have they didn't have a better record than the Browns last year, and they didn't have a better
Mhm.
record than I think the Chargers. I think they put the Chargers. I think
Yeah.
by like one game, but
Right.
um, but they are getting the home game, and they're probably not the better team. But
Yeah.
you know what? I hear your perspective but I'm sure as a player too, like you work hard to win that. Like the goal is to obviously win the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
but win the division. I mean, that's the like I
Well, and
so
I would say, I know even from my perspective, I'm still
yeah.
like old school because I know the 9 years while I was out there, it was
Hmm.
that. And
Yeah.
you put so much emphasis on your division. Even when you
Hmm.
build your roster, you're not building a roster for the rest of the league. You're building a roster to be able to dominate your division or to keep it with
Exactly.
your the big fish in the division. Because if
Hmm.
you can't get out of there, you don't even stand a chance come postseason time.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
right. You're right. You're
you know
right.
what I mean? So it's like I see that part, but I also see the part where it's like, yeah, we shouldn't have to have teams with better records having to travel to play against these lesser than teams. But the rebuttal is, how fun was the Beastquake? How fun was that Seahawks game when we saw
It
them?
was
He put
cool.
the
It
team on
was
his
cool.
back. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, that moment doesn't hit the same if it isn't the whole, oh, why is all this over here? Why? It was supposed to be Saints were just gonna come in here and run them over, right? Because the Saints had the
Mhm.
better record. They won, all these games, and the Seahawks were just limping in 7 wins. And it's like, no, no. And I kind of like that. It was like a janky version of Cinderella. We even got it a
Yeah.
little bit with the Rams. It's like it ain't full on Cinderella, but it's Cinderella E. Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, they won. I mean, they won
Yeah.
the game, so they're kind of proving the point where. But
Yeah.
it's a tough one. I'm
It is, though. It
curious to see
definitely is,
how that
man.
goes. Yeah.
It definitely is, man. All right, Tyler. Well, on the back end of this thing, I gotta ask. We talked about it a little bit on the live, but if all signs are pointing towards Aaron Rodgers getting the deal done and joining the squad pre-draft, obviously, right? Because we don't know
Right.
when it's going to happen, but we're just assuming that it will be pre-draft. What are you doing with pick 21? You staying there? You moving? You drafting a quarterback, running back? What's your thoughts process, man? I'm gonna ask you weekly until we get an update on our
I know.
quarterback
I
officially, and
know.
that's the beauty of where we are right now in the offseason. Like it's
Yeah.
fluid, but it's like stationary all at the same time.
Right. I know. I feel like it changes all the time because obviously pre DK I was Ibuka. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
21. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Then we get DK, and I'm like, well, it really depends now if they trade Pickens because if they trade Pickens, you can still do that.
Uh-huh.
But then I don't think they're going to. I hope not really. At least, like I said, for a year. Um, we'll see what happens after that. But then I was like, all right, we need to probably upgrade the defensive line. So I looked into a bunch of guys for that. But you know what? I said it last night. I am back on the receiver wave. And you said if we get Rodgers, like I am so back on that because I want to just like if I think I mean I still think regardless our defense is good enough. I mean they're still
Yeah.
we have one still probably the highest paid defense or I don't know anymore.
I was
But
going to
close
say
to
it's still in the conversation
yeah
at least.
I
Yeah.
don't exactly. I mean we have a lot of high paid players on the defense. We got a lot of names. It's like you talk to anybody around the league. They know all the Steelers defenders.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because I don't know someone like some of my friends' favorite teams. Like I just I don't follow them like that. But
Because
everybody
they
knows.
don't matter. Come on,
Yeah,
man. You know the
exactly,
truth, man. It's black and gold or nothing. Yeah.
exactly. So everybody knows the Steelers defender. So I still think we're gonna upgrade that obviously in the draft. First round, I'm like, you know what? The offensive has been the problem for the last however many years. Let's just like do anything we can. Like if Rodgers
We tired of
stinks with
highest
that,
paid
like
defense. We want highest paid offense
exactly.
now, man. Let's
So
run it up.
Emeka Ibuka. I started with Emeka Ibuka. I'm ending with Emeka Ibuka. Let's do it. 3 wideouts.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I like it. Hey, you could talk me into any wide receiver or running back in that first round. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing it out there. You could talk me into him, man.
And
Shout
you
out.
get a different style from Ibuka too, which is
Yeah.
different than GP, and he can still do the similar things, but
He
you get a
can,
way different
definitely.
style. And obviously DK and GP are similar, so you kind of
Yeah.
it is tough because I don't know what happens then with a Calvin Austin or a Roman Wilson. But guess what? We'll just compete in camp and
Hey,
see
look,
what
I was about to
happens.
say, that's a good problem to have. If I got
Yeah.
5, 6 dudes that I think could legit ball at this level, yeah, I'm
Hmm.
feeling great. And then worst case, man, certain guys separate, other guys don't, and then I'm making some phone calls around the trade deadline.
There you
Hey,
go.
who needs something? I need something back. I might be losing something in free agency, so I'm gonna need me some picks. You know how that goes,
So
man.
you're talking about GP a little bit there, huh?
No, but not GP in the sense of trading GP, but
Right.
GP in the sense of I
Yeah.
need some insurance on it if
Yeah.
that were to go somewhere. If I don't want to do that,
Exactly.
just give me some
Exactly.
flexibility. I just need some options with it. And by drafting a receiver at 21, I continue to get options.
And
But
like you said last night
mm-hmm.
too. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
you gotta
But
get out.
like you said last night too, like the Bengals, like they loaded up the receiver
They
room.
did.
We see the Bengals now. Their defense
Mm-hmm.
can't stop anything. They can't stop me if I
Yeah.
was playing quarterback. But I still think we have a capable defense regardless. So
No, that's facts on that, man. Absolutely. So, like I said, I like the thought process. I like it. And our defense is definitely better than Cincinnati's. All right. So we could definitely feel better about that. And Coach Tomlin ain't gonna let us get 40 dropped on us on a week in and week out basis either. We know that's what's going on in Cincinnati. That's absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely.
The only
crazy.
time that's happening to us is in the playoffs. So we got to figure that part out.
That part, yeah. But at least it's in the playoffs, all right? At least this is like, yo, they're really good. They're really, really good. And they're really, really, really good. All right. So I like that. We ain't tripping on it. And we Aaron Rodgers away. All right. Maybe. So we need. All right. So I definitely like that. But Tyler, man, another one where we didn't have a blast. And like I said, we're going to have to keep doing these things, man. All right. Sound good to you?
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Like it. Well, y'all already know the drill. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and keep commenting. Let us know how y'all feeling about the young guy Tyler, man, as he continues to make his presence felt on the channel. But either way, we appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.